Welcome to a special playoff edition in Deal, New Jersey of the BKS Show alongside Joe Sutton. Special guest host tonight, Sammy Esses. Sitting back, relaxing, all cool.
Yeah, I'm a little tense.
A little tense. Yeah, Joe's got some things. First of all, tonight's show is brought to you by Blue Switch. Very close company to the league.
Organization.
Yeah, great job they do for all your website needs. You can always call Blue Switch or visit their website. I'm sure it's blueswitch.com, but you can probably Google it.
Yeah, they're good. They're good with the media stuff.
Yeah, they're very good.
Crazy week. Although we only played 3 games
total. Probably have a lot more to talk about than on a regular week.
Alright, so let me just preview it quickly. And we had Game 3 versus Abeco Kosher Corner.
Right.
1-9 inning game.
Fantastic.
Winner will advance to the World Series. Let's hold that off because that was a fantastic ball game, and hold on to that for a second.
Sure.
We had other preview of the semifinals was Legend Leasing versus
Kosher Corner?
I don't know what they're called.
I'll tell you.
Wireless.
No, Stop and Go Wireless.
Stop and Go Wireless team.
Yeah, sure.
And it was a hell of a matchup. Supposedly, it was supposed to be a hell of a matchup with a ton of drama preluding to the game.
And the game didn't disappoint in terms of drama.
No, in terms of drama, it was the most dramatic.
Yeah, sure.
2 games of softball that I have been a part of, and
so. Could I say
should I just paint the picture for those who didn't
You can
know?
paint. You can paint.
Let's
I'll
paint
just
the
tell you
picture.
before you paint the picture. Could I just say that I, obviously being a part of Yossi's Blow Jerky, was out, so I had no vested interest in this week's softball games. Although I did show up Sunday morning with my 2-year-old son, and I was able to witness some of this drama that you speak of. And I'll say it was a fun week to be a spectator. And not have any ties into the game.
Or to be on the winning team.
Yeah, either winning team or spectator, but being a spectator was fine because I don't like fights. But Joey can get into
let's just paint the picture quickly for those who don't know what's going on. Week 8 had Legend Leasing sweeping Yossi's Blow Jerky and basically holding on to a possible number 3 seed if Stop and Go Wireless, which was Naby's team, was to win 2.
Right.
At the end of the day, Naby looked at his standings and he said, "This is all questionable, all in doubt."
Let's just say he's split.
I'm going to say it as some will say Naby might have maybe lost on purpose so that Legend Leasing fell down a spot, and it would set them up to play them in the semifinals rather than Nathan facing a picture of either Ike Mala or A.B. Cohen in the semifinals.
Yeah, hold and wait.
He wanted to play, and to his right, he had the prerogative to do that because he was in first place. And again, we spoke about all this already, but so on and so forth. And he wanted to face a weaker pitcher and Pete as to oppose 2 of those more elite pitchers.
Sure.
Fine, no problem. Legend Leasing did not like that and got a little bit offended that they might have thrown the game on purpose.
Which, as an anchor and a host of this show, I'll wholeheartedly disagree with. I love what Naby did there. They had some fun.
They had the right to. They worked the whole season being able to do what they wanted to do. That being said,
so how did Legend Leasing retaliate?
Responded. Instead of responding and taking it onto the field, which they did not do on Sunday, they retaliated in a very clever way, I thought it was, and retracted all-star ballot votes from Louis Patesh, who's the captain of Verizon, and Lewis was removed from the All-Star team because of the votes that were retracted, and Victor Busso was placed on the All-Star team instead. Nathan Patesh wasn't happy about it. Louis Patesh wasn't happy. It just gave him another lit a fire under wireless. Fine. That being said, drama was all set. There was back and forth on the guest book, which was really entertaining and fun to watch. And came Sunday, let's play 2. Okay, enough with all the baloney, enough with all the crying, enough with all the things, let's play 2. And honestly, right away, I thought our team legend was ready for it. We got the first guy to walk. We started off with the bases loaded and with no outs. By the way, let me just say something about Pete. If there wasn't a thing called beat luck or crap luck for Pete, he wouldn't have any luck. This guy hit the ball the last 2 weeks. I don't think I ever saw a guy hit the ball harder in my life. No. This guy is hitting the ball a mile, hitting the ball line drives. I think there was 7 web gems made on the guy. It's crazy how hard he hit the ball and he couldn't catch a break. Maybe it's the Jewish thing, I don't know. But they were able to put the bases loaded first inning on Nay. I thought it was going to get interesting. Unfortunately, they were only able to push one across.
Okay.
Which wasn't so good because Teddy, the 4, 5, 6 headers left the bases loaded by only scoring 1 run. There was your first problem. That's when you knew something was
that's a problem.
Wasn't going to happen. And hold on, let me just accurately tell you what happened.
So I wasn't there for this part of the game yet, as they did start on time. I was a few minutes late. So I missed the early part of the game, but I got there for what I really wanted to be there for. But Joe,
and in the first inning, Stop and Go responded right away.
Boom.
First of all, this guy, David Casson, let me tell you, might be the most aggressive player in base running that this league has.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable on the base pads, taking an extra base, making sure you throw, followed by Mark Braha in his lineup, who's doing the same exact thing. You put these 2 guys on the base pad, they're very
Let me tell you something about DK. Since his days of the greatest show on earth, he used to be a routine ground ball to the shortstop single hitter. The guy beats out any ground balls in the infield. I remember there was one specific play from Sunday's game where Freddie Hickory was on second base, a ground ball to third base, routine. DK's hustling up the line. Freddie, base running error, decides to go to third, and they tag Freddie out in the base path. DK screaming, "What are you doing?" And then DK goes, "Not that I did anything right, but that's a single for me." Basically, the guy's beating it out.
Right.
Beat it out.
So David Casson draws a walk. Pete gets frustrated early that he didn't get some calls, and they were able to push across 4 runs. And their 3, 4, 5 hitters in Farka, Moko, and Lewis were able to do things that Legend Leasing's 4, 5 hitters weren't able to do.
Sure, right.
And down 4-1, then they scored another set of 4 in the second, and all of a sudden you turned around. It was 8-1.
Just like that.
And we didn't know what to do with ourselves. We rested Pete coming in the 5th inning.
Basically, the
Maybe
game
we
was
scored
over.
another one here or there, and the game was over. But
in terms of baseball, the game was over. But in terms of drama, it didn't start yet.
no, the game just started in the 5th inning when the score was already 8-1. Now, everybody on Legend at the 4th, 5th inning, we said, okay, we know we lost this game, but there's another 9 innings of baseball left to play. Let's play hard. Let's make Nate work. Let's try and force him to make some pitches, and we'll go from there. With all the drama that added up to the game, it was Barry and AB that were, quote-unquote, butting heads, let's say. And you tell me what you think, callers. Please call in. I don't even know what the number is tonight, to be honest with you. 732.
I don't know.
Something.
908.
Yeah, call your phone so you know the number. Yeah, I don't even know.
Keep talking, so let's finish the story already.
Got Barry up at a point in the game that was completely pointless. 2 outs, no runners on. And Naby's going to tell you that one slipped out of his hands.
Great number. 531-7901.
That's the number tonight. 732-531-7901. The guy Naby basically, I'm going to call Naby out, went head hunting for Barry and really shot for his head.
So
and it was dangerous.
I'm gonna chime in.
Barry ran, dropped his bat, charged the mound, the bench is cleared. You know, obviously it's a friendly game and we're all friends here, nobody's really going to throw punches, but it definitely got heated, it was ugly, and it was totally unnecessary on behalf of Stop and Go Wireless.
All right.
Totally unnecessary.
So here's where I'm gonna jump in.